I've always been a unique person, you know what I mean? Sort of laid back in a way, but very adamant and very passionate about what I believe. I think a lot of times that sort of throws people off because they don't expect me to have the mindset or the process of thought that I do. And so when you come in to watch my channel, you may hear a myriad of thoughts and ideas that could be different from others. What I want you to do is just sit back, like, share, and subscribe. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day. Yeah, yeah. Everything you need to know that you never knew, that you need to know. Lockhart perspective.
Well, hello and happy June the 18th. So what is it? Friday? I guess it is Friday. So, we did a story a while ago and I feared that we would end up getting into this trend where we would start having more stories and more things like this. And I really didn't want to tell you guys about this, but then I thought, in all fairness, especially in light of how much abuse I went through the last incident of not, or people saying, well, you just showed one side. I said, I got to do it anyway. I've got to talk about it. I'm so glad you got a notification. Hello, Awesome Alice. How are you? She says, yay, I got the notification. I'm so glad that you did. So you guys know we did a story a while ago about an unfortunate situation with a young lady who, according to the folks, they said that she told the young lady to, quote, pull up. And then all of a sudden the girl, quote, pulled up. And then she ended up hurting this young lady pretty badly, and her baby was involved. Well, this time, and I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but here's what I gotta say. I think I know where this stuff is coming from. As these numbers mount, where you find more people going out here getting, candy bars and such, we're probably going to see a lot more of this stuff happening. And I don't know if they have anything to do with each other, but there was a woman who apparently went inside of a McDonald's of all places. And you see, I say MACDonalds. Okay. She went inside of a McDonald's, hello visible, and she attacked the people working there at the store. Now, these types of stories are ridiculous. They're getting out of hand, but I think it's got something to do with a few other things. Yes, of course, we know that sin does abound, and because it abounds, there's going to be a lot of issues going around. There'll be a lot of people cutting up and things of that nature. But there's something wrong with a person who would move forward with an action that they absolutely know is criminal, letter A, B, that it could harm somebody, okay? And then C, that they can never undo in this world that we live in right now with social media. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a look at this. I will be giving my commentary as we go. And I just want you guys to it's very disturbing. So I will say that this is a disturbing video, that if you are very weak in the stomach, or you don't watch anything that, hey, I'll give you the disclaimer right now. It shocked me. But one thing I want to say is these workers got this woman together. Okay. All right. They did their best. They tried to prepare. Exactly, Anarchy Television. You're on it. We got to bring light to these things, because as these things begin to mount, something's going to pop. And I'm telling you, it's going to be on, quote, and popping. All right. There's something about to happen. It's seriously, because some people are doing things. And I honestly, when I'm looking at these videos, I'm like, There's something not right upstairs. At what point do you stop? Pay close attention to the video that we're about to see. Again, I don't condone violence. I don't condone nobody hurting or hitting nobody. But I want to tell you, these McDonald's workers got her together.
Right now at 6 o'clock, this woman not loving it at McDonald's, going on a vicious attack all over.
That's as loud as it gets.
A slushie? Yeah, earlier today, she was in court for her McMeltdown. Good evening, I'm Tiffany Tucker. Chris Tanaka has the evening off. 19 News was right there as she faced a judge with a face full of tears. Our Sia New Yorker was in court. She has more on the disturbing video that landed her in jail next to the Hamburglar, Sia.
Tiffany, Hamburglar, Ronald McDonald, Grimace, the whole crew. Listen, this video's gone viral, and it all started when that woman asked the employees to mix 3 flavors of slushie. When they told her they couldn't, she jumped behind the counter and got violent.
You hit me and her.
Take a look at this video. That's Cherise Cleveland losing it Monday morning after McDonald's employees told her they couldn't fulfill her drink order. 3 different slushie flavors mixed together.
Do not touch my boss.
Not being able to have a good time or great taste, police say that's when the 44-year-old woman jumped behind the counter and started an all-out food fight, throwing punches and slapping workers in the face. This is cell phone video from Brian Allen, who started rolling when things got violent.
When you're in public, you have to be so careful because somebody always...
They're examining that head.
Rolled on the workers defending themselves. Here's Cherise on the ground as they try to restrain her. This video has been shared thousands of times on social media and has made headlines around the world. Police arrested Cherise Cleveland on assault charges, and she was booked into the Portage County Jail. Tuesday afternoon at Ravenna Muni Court.
Too late for all the tears. You acted a plum fool.
Trembling, crying, and grimacing with remorse. Prosecutors told the judge Cleveland is a danger to others.
While this behavior is unacceptable under any circumstances, the fact that it all started over a drink is completely illogical and offensive to all reasonable sensibilities.
The judge set her bond at $1,000 and
should have been $100,000.
Warning.
You're to have no contact with the alleged victims in this matter, and you are not to return to McDonald's for any reason why this matter is pending. Do you understand?
The lobby of this McDonald's is closed here to customers. Now, as for Cherise, she's still in jail and she has a court date that's pending. You can count on 19 News to keep you updated on this one on air and online.
So whoever it is that could come up with $1,000 to help get her out of jail, if I were them, I wouldn't pay a penny. She would have to sit there and think about what her old rump did. You're a 44-year-old woman, and you are going into an establishment cutting a fool like that over some sugar, something that you apparently don't need because it does not work in your body well. You are not supposed to have any sugar. Not one bit. Because there's something that your body is not responding to well when you put sugar in it. Apparently. Visible says it's the tears for me. I mean, who? And then when they tell her that she can't be around the victim, I submit she can't be around herself because they was working her head overtime. They were really beating the brakes off of her, and deservingly so. Somebody just left me a really nasty message about the last video, and I think the tubes went ahead and snatched it, but I still saw it. I can still read it. And they said all kinds of stuff. But in any case, okay, here you go. I'm telling you about this one too. When you go in public and you act like a fool, then you need to be treated like a fool. And that's exactly what they did. They examined her head for her. Okay. The only victim is her ignorant self. But let's talk about it because neurologically something's going on here. This woman did have the sense of remorse, which tells you that something was absent at that moment. She temporarily lost her touch with reality. How do you get to the point where you just keep going up, up, up the ladder? At what point do you stop? You see, so here's what I'm thinking. And you guys may think that I'm tripping, but let me tell you something. We're looking at different types of reactions from different ones of these candy bars. Have you noticed that since this stuff is going around, we're seeing different types of reactions from different types of people? Man, I wish I had an opportunity to just whisper it in your ear. Hello, Anthony Van Zandt, and welcome. I really wish that I had the opportunity to whisper it in your ear. Sarah Brown, I see you up there, because I think that there's something different for everybody. You got to have a date to take one, first off. You got to have an appointment to take one. That means they know you're coming, right? Whenever you invite somebody to your house, you guys set a date. You know they're coming. You know what they like. You know what they need. You're there for them, right? Yeah, you do. Hey, Angela Courtwright, how are you? Okay. Anarchy Television says that people's been thinking he's been crazy for over 20 years trying to warn them of this crap. You're not crazy, Miss Lockhart. You're on the money. So if you got to have an appointment to go and they know who you are and they know what you're doing and they probably already know who needs what based on whatever's in each person's DNA, their makeup, who's to say that a whole lot of folk ain't going to be running around. They're going to be running around here looking like the natives, restless. That's what it's going to be. A bunch of restless natives. Follow me on that. Please read between and above and below the lines. That lady looked like she was nuts. But the part that I want everybody to pay attention to was that she did have the presence of mind to be remorseful after. If she was truly off the chain, she would have just been sitting there listening. If this was her regular MO is what I'm trying to say. If her mode of operation was to jump and beat people up all the time, she wouldn't have been sitting in there like that. She would have been having a stone face like, yo, I've been here before. I've done this before. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. I already know the drill. But that lady didn't look like it. As a matter of fact, she didn't even look like the same person. If you see her face while she's going off, and then you see her, of course, wiping the eyes, crying, listening, being attentive, you see that she did have a different countenance, right? For a different time, obviously. But what I'm trying to stress is that there's something that's going on, okay? And I venture to say that we're going to see a whole lot more of this. And I am going to pick it up and talk about it, especially when there's more people in my neighborhood and my community eating up all those candy bars. You start acting cuckoo crazy after eating all that sugar. That's not cool. But we do know that she literally left the counter, walked over to the drink area, put some ice and a whole bunch of stuff, and then went back to those people again. And that's when they apparently took her down. But this stuff is ridiculous. The personality changes. The attitude changes, the vacant stare in the eyes, because there's enough of us that have seen candy bars in the most recent past to know what I'm talking about. Okay? All right? Yeah, she probably did, Awesome Malice, get away with acting like that for many years. But that right there, we would have heard about somebody jumping over, walking around counters and getting in people's faces. She would have been notorious. You know what I mean? She would have been straight notorious. And we hadn't heard about it thus far. Now, I mean, I could run her background and look. We hadn't done that yet. I haven't put Valencia on it. Exactly, Sandy Aaron. Legion. There you go. There is something that's going on because this is not the first person that we have seen tripping like this. It's just not the first person. But didn't they get it together? Let's put a pencil there. Did they or did they not get her together? They got her together. Okay. That's why I was saying the person who did talking about stay away from the victim, she gonna have to leave the room when she walk in because they got her together. When she walk in the room, she gonna have to leave because they got her together. She was the victim. They turned them tables quick. They was like, look here, I get paid $7.25 an hour, and I ain't about to take no beating from you or nobody else. Okay. They were not about to take that. They were like, we're not going to be a statistic. You're not going to have us on the news. You're not going to have our family talking about what could have happened. She slipped on a French fry and went down for the count and hurt herself seriously. That's the thing that's going on right now. These individuals are not realizing that their actions have great ramifications. And my concern is that while these acts are going on, albeit they look a little, small and comical while they're going on, there's something neurologically that's not connecting. And I think it's by design. I really, truly think that it is by design. So that video is a bit much. Diane Brown says that she's late. Let me see what Ozamala says. She ran up and found out. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And what state was that? I don't even know what state it was. Where is Ravinia? Is that New York or something? Where does anybody know? Where is it, Valencia? I don't know, but wherever it was, girlfriend understood how to make that hand hit somebody's head and deal with her. Okay, they found white people body in Minneapolis. I don't understand that. They found white people, like, I see white people like that. I don't understand what happened. They deserved a break today at McDonald's. It just happened to be her no. Sandy Aaron, you wrong for that one. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, it's in Chicago. If nobody thinks that these blanks cannot be hacked, they're naive. Yes, exactly. Which is why I'm saying that the feeling that she had afterward was like, what did I do? I did what? What happened? I think these are like little test pilots, and I think they're for specific communities because you see, here's the deal. If they can make you cut up because of a news article and something that you think you see going on before you with somebody that you think is your overlord, and now all of a sudden you all want to get up and run around and protest in your neighborhood and burn down other people's houses and neighborhoods and burn cars and run up and down the street and act crazy and all that other stuff, then they already know that you are prone to rage, and therefore they will more than likely use instances like this to engineer issues. The very ones that's been promising to give you a whole bunch of money and give you a whole bunch of stuff and give you some, universal healthcare, universal paycheck, universal everything. Yeah, you in for it. You are in for it. You are in for it. They're in it for you. Yeah. I got a very quick announcement. It's about 25, 27 of us in here. We are going to remove the monetization from our channel. So that means that a lot of the stuff that you guys see, we're going to be removing that very soon here within the next few days. And it is done on purpose because I don't want restraints. And not only do I not want restraints, if I'm using the restraints and I'm still not being taken care of the way that they say via their ads or whatnot, to me, it's just a 501c3, but a YouTuber. That's it. And that I will not be. I will not be bought by anyone. And not only will I not be bought, the truth cannot be bought. You guys know that a few months ago, I said, okay, that's it for me. I'm not working anymore. I'm doing this full time. And that's what I'm committed to do. And I'm committed to my Father to take care of me. And I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. I will not refrain because of somebody's idea of what right and wrong is. The fact is, these are the types of things that we need to look at. We need to focus on. And as long as I'm able to, and as long as Yahweh allows me to, I will tell the truth. Okay? And I will be bold in it. Period. So we're going to end that. That's going to be done. Because I'm weighing the checks and balances and I say, okay, I'm restraining, but I don't see any benefit by following that. So you can have that back. Period. You can have that back. And I'm going to do what I need to do. Ozamala says in Minneapolis, they say they found a leg behind the building. Wow. 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 Well, yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so let's go on ahead here. That's wow. Thank you for that, Awesome Alice. That's heavy, you guys, but look at that. Okay. I wonder is the cell phones, if the cell phone, I think that's if the cell phones are activated on these people, probably more than likely. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Leaf Desi says that's a lot of critical thinking. No wonder they hate us thinking so. Yep. Sup, fellas? Old head Deuce says, how you doing there? Old head, everybody saying, hey. Old head was shaking. Anarchy. He's saying, hey. Alice, buddy. There's a lot of stress above and below the radar at candy bars and economic free fall for so many. Some's got to give. In Chicago, with 3 masks, in the past week, much is unraveling and much has been prepared for us to see. Diane is smiling. Okay, one of the things that I've learned from the people in Venezuela that never made it out is always have multiple sources of income. Absolutely. Better get you some fruit, start growing some real stuff somewhere, covering it up with some plastic so it doesn't get contaminated. Maybe you can even get a compost going of stuff you trust. I don't know. Keep it up. I'll have your back. I will support on the other platforms as often as possible. Thank you so much. Did you see where the making... yes, I did. And do you remember that we did a story on that a few months ago and you were in the chat, Awesome Alice? You were in the chat on that story. Remember, I think it was like out west somewhere, and they had this what looked like a little bit of mausoleum where they had like they were putting the people in the wall. Do you remember that story? I'm going to have to dig that story up, but you were definitely in the chat. Yes, you were. Yes, and we were talking about that. Yeah. Yes. Yep, they were taking them and turning them into all kinds of stuff, and now, hey, here you go. So there's a whole lot of stuff that's about to go on here. So we have to do what we have to do. Okay, Lockhart, what it do? In Colorado, it's legal now. Valencia, what state did you say that was? Chicago. So it was in Chicago. Okay. They got her together in Chicago. Yes, they did. I wish I could see that again. Because when I tell you those girls got her together, they got her together, and that is exactly what she deserved. But here's the problem. It's not going to be so easy in the future. Something's going to snap. Something's going to be a problem for folks. It's going to be a problem. It really is. I do believe so. I believe that things are going to get really hectic with that. And that's not going to be cute. That's not going to be cute at all. So for those of you guys who are just tuning in, I'm going to go ahead and replay that for you right quick, just so that everybody can be in one accord and on and all the same. Oh, it's Southern California. Southern California, Valencia. He says it's Southern California. Could be. Yeah, it could be. Ravinia, where? Okay, so here it is. Let's see. Where is this channel? News 19. Yeah, News 19. Yeah, find out that. But here you guys go.
Right now at 6 o'clock, this woman not loving it at McDonald's, going on a vicious attack all over. Get this, a slushie? Yeah, earlier today, she was in court for her McMeltdown. Good evening, I'm Tiffany Tucker. Chris Tanaka has the evening off. 19 News was right there as she faced a judge with a face full of tears. Arcia New Yorker was in court. She has more on the disturbing video that landed her in jail next to the Hamburglar, Sia.
Tiffany, Hamburglar, Ronald McDonald, Grimace, the whole crew. Listen, this video's gone viral, and it all started when that woman asked the employees to mix 3 flavors of slushie. When they told her they couldn't, she jumped behind the counter and got violent.
You hit me and her.
Take a look at this video. That's Cherise Cleveland losing it Monday morning after McDonald's employees told her they couldn't fulfill her drink order. 3 different slushie flavors mixed together.
Do not touch my boss.
Not being able to have a good time or great taste, police say that's when the 44-year-old woman jumped behind the counter and started an all-out food fight, throwing punches and slapping workers in the face.
Pay attention to her movements.
Brian Allen, who started rolling when things got violent.
When you're in public, you have to be so careful because somebody always has a camera.
He also rolled on the workers defending themselves. Here's Sharice on the ground as they try to restrain her. This video has been shared thousands of times on social media and has made headlines around the world. Police arrested Sharice Cleveland on assault charges, and she was booked into the Portage County Jail. Tuesday afternoon at Ravenna Muni Court, Sharice Cleveland faced a judge via teleconference, trembling, crying, and grimacing with remorse. Prosecutors told the judge Cleveland is a danger to others.
While this behavior is unacceptable under any circumstances, the fact that it all started over a drink is completely illogical and offensive to all reasonable sensibilities.
The judge set her bond at $1,000 and issued a stern warning.
You're to have no contact with the alleged victims in this matter, and you are not to return to McDonald's for any reason while this matter is pending. Do you understand?
The lobby of this McDonald's is closed.
Here's what I want to say. Okay, my daughter did look it up, and it appears that it's Ohio, but her last name was Cleveland. And if you take out the last three letters of Ravenna, it's Ravenna, Rave. Her last name is Cleveland, Ohio. It's Ravenna, Ohio. Her last name was Cleveland. Is that correct, Sita? Double check that. But if that's the case, there's a lot of stuff that is going on right now that is just like what you just put in there, Ozymandias, symbolic. A lot of these things are symbolic. And it's time for us to really start focusing on that stuff that we need to focus on in the spirit realm. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff, but it's time for us to start focusing on things in the spirit realm. I did not hear about that, Sandy, but I'm gonna have to check it out. Wow. D. Slayton, correct. Correct. In the spirit, I've seen that for the past almost 3 years now, but I didn't know what it was going to be from. Yep. Nice stepping away from monetization and false positive constraints, good sister, and leading the way with the unfiltered word. Most assuredly. Most assuredly. I mean, they can keep it, frankly. I'm I don't know. It's just sort of, it's disheartening because you want things to be, done right. You want to believe that stuff would be fair and equitable, but it looks like the only person that has to play the game and do it right and play by the rules is me. So, hey, you can keep it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, most assuredly. Maybe we can get us some of those things that I see a few other people using. I see that like the collagen commercials or stuff like that where people, have you read about their collagen or, not that noble gold stuff, because I don't even have that most, unfortunately, because I tried to deal with that company once and I was like, yikes, wait a minute, you get to do, and it's how much is the minimum? So yeah, no, I'm just trusting the Father. I am. I'm only going to trust Yah every step of the way. Every single day, I'm going to have to trust him for sustenance. I'm going to have to trust him for lights. I'm going to have to trust him for gas. I'm going to have to trust him for water. But that's the way he wants it, and that's the way I believe that it should be. So now, sister girl, you got faith? Let me see it. Because faith is an action word, Felicia. So do you really trust? Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the barrier and see what happens. And I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm down for it. I trust him. I trust him. Hey, anything that happens to the right or to the left, the good or the bad, it's on him because I give it all to him. I give it all to him. So there's that. There's that. Yep. I give it all to him. He gave it all to me and I give it all to him. I do it all for him. I do it all for Yah. Every inch of it's for him. There you go. Oh, you weren't saying Southern California? That was a partial comment. The prior ones were on the, okay, removed by, wow, the Gorgonites. Did the Gorgonites remove it? SCDHL 2.0? The Gorgonites got you. Got it. I was mentioning that. They found a foot. You see? Do you understand? So you got a leg, bone connected to the ankle bone, and the ankle bone connected to the foot bone, and this bone connected to that bone, all over, until you got a whole entire human, until you got one everything built all together of different parts. Because these things that we're dealing with are spells. It is witchcraft. It is what it is. I don't play the game. I'm going to say it what it is. It's witchcraft. That's exactly what we're dealing with. And we've got to be cognizant of as the children of the Most High Yah, we've got to be cognizant of what time it is. We got to guard ourselves. We got to protect ourselves with all due diligence. We have to be as wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. But the wisdom that we have comes from our Father in that word that he gives us. So yes, this young lady got together right there in that McDonald's. She had her come to quote Jesus mating, okay, between that young lady's fist and that quarry, that rock quarry on that floor. She got it together. Yep. What I had mentioned was that they found that on the 10 freeway in Southern California a couple of weeks ago. And if we all start to look around, we'll find that pretty soon there'll probably be up to the mid waist, up going up toward the torso. You might say, oh, they found a femur, up they found the pelvic bone, up they found the ribs, up they found you watch, because that's what we're dealing with. She just playing with tears. I have seen that many times, Ozamala says, while locked up, they know how to play the system. Well, I think that chick was having a bit of a time. And that I wasn't notified of your live stream, but stumbled across it as I was growing through my subscriptions. Do you see? So you see. Yes, indeed. So Ozamala says, wonder if she has a Facebook and see if she got it. Do that. If you can look, do that. Do that. And you know what? Let me tell you. And you know what? It's not just if they got it, because it's something off the other folks that did, even if they didn't. But she looks like one that probably would have been like, nope, I got to have it for my job, or got to have it for my kid's school, or you know what I mean? Listen, she looked quite responsible even when she was going cuckoo. That's why I'm looking, except for the bag, me and pocketbooks. Me and my pocketbooks and watches. They got to match. If not, I sort of itch. The pocketbook was a bit much. It looked a little beachified. A little big, shiny pocketbook. Not a purse, but a pocketbook. Okay? So, with the exception of the pocketbook. But there's something that's not right. There's some connections that are not making it. And conversely, there's some connections that are. There's some things that are making it, and there's some things that's not making it. No matter what it is, it's hitting the Black community like 9. No matter what it is, they're going to be used as the poster kids for this stuff. Real talk. This video is not monetized. Real talk. Yep. I mean, take photos. Absolutely. Intuition tells me that these type of outrages will become commonplace and exponential evil spirits. And yes, the last 2 words, most assuredly. Yep. Got a family member right now, very close to me, dealing with that. And he don't even know what it is. They don't even know what it is. And if they do, they're not telling him. Yep. Hey, Bobby J, what's going on? There are no coincidences. You're absolutely right. Anthony Van Zandt says, Ozamalis, yep. It'd be interesting to see. Yep. If there was some poking going on. Right now, they're showing up. Yep. In certain areas. So what I'm going to do is when we get off, I'm going to put some pieces together and see what we could come up with. And maybe then just tag you guys in the community post, or maybe just come back and do a little quick update or something like that. Just, oh, you did? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to go over there and pull it right now. Hold on. Said people were allowed to remove 3 days ago. It's almost 100% here. And they're still, and you won't need anybody to persuade them, because they've already been conditioned. Isn't that amazing? A habit is learned in what, 21 days? Conversely, isn't one broken in the same amount of time? Yeah. People are good shufflers, and I see a lot of people that look like me shuffling in the grocery store. Well, Massa said wear it last week, so Massa want me to wear it again this week too. I know Massa trying to trick me. You won't trick me, Massa. Come on, kids, everybody put one on. For what? You're sitting up here, you can't breathe, you're acting crazy now. You don't have a bit of oxygen going to your brain right now. And the little blood and the little brain cells you had that the weed didn't take away when you was hanging out in the 70s and the 80s. You done just killed all the rest of them. So why you putting one on now? And them got your kids with one on too. Huh? What are you doing? Wow, they must try to trick us. I know what they're trying to do. No, dingbat. They were tricking you last year. And then they made it known by releasing a whole bunch of somebody's conversations just recently. They just released all the conversations that from the person that you trust. And you running around with it on because now you're conditioned and then nobody has to tell you to do it. They're just testing you. It's just all the tests. They're testing it. It's all a test. They're showing you how bad they are. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Brother Ronnie, man, farmlands. Yep, all of the MACDonalds fries. Yep, don't eat them. Yep, read that on the screen. Most assuredly, he's absolutely right. And just sitting there with the help me Smithers face. Help me, Smithers. That's the face he makes. That's what he makes. Yep, that's the face he makes. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, pull in that drive-thru that I'd never eat in. Pull in the drive-thru I'd never have anything to do with. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Are you going to eat there? You are? I bet you are, aren't you? Yeah, you are. I think you're going to. Yeah, I think you are. You're going to eat it. Yep, you're going to eat it. You're going to eat it now? Okay. Yep. That's what he wants you to do. He wants to allow you the opportunity to go and eat at his places. And Mickey D's is one of them because, well, he's the person that's putting all the fake meat in there. I guarantee you in a second that's what it's going to be. Look at that. Would you eat French fries from this cat? He don't even look like he don't even look like he washed his face or used moisturizer. Can you see that? Trust me. Trust me. You can trust me. Trust me. All the way to the bank. All right. Yeah. Whoa. Sheesh. Whew. That's an ugly truth. That's the ugly truth. I got a message from Verizon saying 5G is now here and available. Noble gold is pyrite. Okay, y'all know what pyrite is? Fool's gold. Yes, we don't struggle with flesh. Okay, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, wickedness, rulers, and high places. All right. Hello there, Iron Crane 2003. Good afternoon to you. Anthony says, TLP Gentile nations as the revelation continues to reveal itself. Yep. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm glad you enjoyed that. It's a needful thing to just let it all out and just tell the whole truth and then just keep it pushing because that's what needs to happen. And we don't have enough of that. And I think it's enough of that. Yes, we have to put on the whole armor. Yep. Sarah Brown, hiya. Awesome Malice indeed. Evil isn't hiding so much anymore. Rachel, that's right. And it's because they're bold with it. And that's the reason why we have to be bold in Yah. Be bold in our Elohim and the power of his might. Right? Brothers saying hello, Anthony Van Zant, giving you a good greeting there, Ronnie Man. So relevant, so revealing. Gratitude for the 3 episodes of the Gentile Nations. Gentile. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby, what's going on? Afternoon, faithful sister Rachel. Rachel, how are you? Yep. Put on the full suit, the armor of Yah. That's right. Yes, indeed, Mars Fool's Gold. They be looking at me crazy when you don't wear your face diaper. Yeah, they are tripping, right? Chick asked me, why do I have one? Why don't I have one? And I say, it's there. It's invisible. Use your imagination. I wish it was almost it's 100 there. That's what I heard. You guys are very close. Here we're at 111 degrees in Northern California. That is amazing. You know what? That is so planned. Girl, I just love your interrogation. I've been a dingbat, but no more. Come on, sis. Hello, Marty Lauderdale. How are you doing? It's good to see ya. Good to see you. Been listening for a bit, but didn't want to interrupt. You know, you are no interruption. You are the reason for the party. Iron Crane says hey to you. Okay. All right. Showing her faith in the Most High. Amen. Amen. That's right. You've noticed the air is thicker. The heat feels like you are in an enclosed terrarium. That's right, because it's abnormal. It's absolutely right. Abnormal. I aggravated Kemp's office till he banned the passport and worked. It was banned. Love, whatever state you call in, whatever state you're in, call them and bother them until they ban it. That's right. Because they're so used to seeing all the fake things that are not real people hitting their emails and stuff. Because, see, people call. People call. Robos don't. People write and speak too. Is my point. Yep, not gonna lie, I'm slightly buzzed, and I would eat some Mickey D's right now. You ain't that buzzed. Do like I did with my daughter earlier. I went in the kitchen. She was about to go take the kids and get them some. I said, no. So I pulled out some stuff that I had in the kitchen and went in there and whipped it up real quick. Here you go. Just eat this. And you notice when the kids eat at the house, they stay fuller longer. If you give them any of that stuff that's in those boxes, first off, the food is so bad that by the time you get the food shoveled through the window, you better eat it in the window. You better not even pull off. You better eat it right there in the window because the food, it turns into trash as soon as you start. As soon as you take. Listen, you know how when you drive off of the lot with a car, you lose value. You lose value. The same thing. When you drive off with that food, it turns cold immediately. So you better eat it right there inside of the drive-through lane. My grandson is distracting me, but I have a ball of yarn with his name on it that says, if you come back by here again, my friend, you better catch it with your mitt. So yeah, you better eat that food sitting right there in that line because by the time you pull off, that stuff is straight garbage. I don't know where they got the meat from. It looks a little green around the gills and it's not even fish. It smells like fish, but it's supposed to be beef. It stinks. You'd be better off going in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Even though you never really can tell what's going on in there, you don't want anything this guy grows, do you? Look at that. He doesn't even use sunscreen. And if I know what I'm looking at, it looks like a couple of melanomas sitting there on his face. I mean, in cosmetology school, they told us never to guess, but just to go tell the customer to go see their physician, quite possibly for a checkup. And if I were looking at his skin while cutting his hair, I'd definitely tell him it's time for you to go see your doctor. I don't know what these are, but you might want to go get those checked out. Looks like a little melanoma growing there. That's what it looks like to me. This guy's not too attractive either. But then again, money doesn't have to make you, you can have all the money in the world and people will flock at your feet. But this guy's on his way out. I just told you guys about 2 months ago that both he and the other cat were going to be used as people that were supposed to change the oil up under the bus. They were going to be thrown under the bus, and they have both been thrown under the bus. Please remember it. Remember we talked about it. I said they was going to throw him and the Keebler cat under the bus. And did they not? Now all they're going to do is give this other guy the opportunity to leave his job. But here's what it really means. It means that it's really time for him to retire. So they have to make something look like they're doing something for you. They do. They have to let you know that, yes, you've seen all of this. You've heard all of this. And now we're going to let you know we're going to take care of it. We're going to nip it in the bud, Barney Fife style. And when we nip it in the bud, we're going to nip it, Andy. And when we nip it in the bud, he's going to be done. But what they don't tell you is it's time for this cat to retire anyway. We're just going to give you guys a little public frou-ha-ha. make y'all think we on your side or that we heard you or we ain't gonna take it. And let this dude go ahead on roll out. Get his cat his money. That's all. Give him his money. Give him his money and, let him live. Let him do whatever else that he's got going on. He's probably got his irons and so many fires. And he really hasn't been tuning into work anyway. So I'm going to make you guys happy. Make y'all think you guys got some advocates someplace. So you can just keep on trusting and keep on tuning in. Because when mainstream picks up something and they running with it, baby, you already know it's a plan. It's a plot. Come on now. They only do stuff for themselves. And so homeboys, demise, departure, goodbye, adios, see you later, all of that ain't nothing attached to the end of that but a gold watch that say boo-boo been here a handful of years, 30, 40 years, whatever it is. That's all that is. Just wait for him to say adios. That's all that is. Yeah, we're going to ask him to leave. We're going to demand his resignation. No, you're not. You're going to take that cat down to HR like you do everybody else who's about to retire. You're going to show him what he going to get. Okay? You're going to show him how much he going to take home every month. We still going to be. That's the reason why they gave him that big old raise so that they can base that retirement on that raise, boo-boo. Yes, sir. That's why they gave him that big old raise so they can base that retirement on that raise. That's how much you're going to be getting a month. Here go your gold watch. Sign the dotted line for your lifetime medical. You can go head on and live, go off, get on the horse and ride out into the sunset. Meanwhile, all of the destruction and everything you've caused is behind you. Yes, all the lies that you have lied to, people you've lied to, and all of the trees that you've rattled and all of the mess that you've made is behind you. And we will look for whatever else it is that you're going to own in the next couple of years that'll add to what you've already done. That's exactly what's happening with the little Keebler cat. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. That guy is a fuddy-duddy. That Mr. Rabbit, yes, Mr. Rabbit. Yes, frizzle frazzle tune. Mr. Rabbit. Oh no, I just had some. I hate it. They're my kryptonite. Lord help me. Well, girl, you let them French fries sit around an hour after you bought them. Don't even eat them, sis. Pour them in a plate. Just pour them in a plate and then just let them sit there. Come back an hour and dip them into your inkwell. You will find they work well as a quill. You will be able to write a letter by using a French fry from McDonald's, hence by way of Gates. Yes, you will. You will have your quill and you can eat it too. McDonald's chicken is McMullen. Do you guys remember when I think it was the guy, I forgot his health ranger, that he took those and he started seeing it was like all kind of little nanite things and a lot of little bugs and stuff, like little black threads moving around. Never did I see an old Billy Goats with a scold bridle on. Look at that hairdo there. The struggle is real. Tell the truth, Gentile nations. Stop the lies. Absolutely. McDonald McNuggets are fried little silicone dumplings. They're like little headphones, right? They can hear everything. Take these and eat them now. We'll follow you later. Thanks, Iron Crane. So true. Marty Lauderdale, good to see you. Bobby J. Wells doesn't stop them from being nasty, okay? Okay, good to see you. She says to you, HCDHL 2.0. Hey, Van Zant. Interpretation. I feel you, sis. I feel you. Hi, I'm kind of late. No, you're not. You're right on time. You ain't never too late. Hit the like button. Please do, you guys. For everybody that's here, please hit that like button. It really does help us out a great deal and helps to push it out to other people to see it, to hear it, to watch it. And it prevents me from having to continuously use my Twitter account to ask them, hey, what gives? What's going on? Right in your face, in the place. Where the people at the end of that preposition? Well, I ask it and I don't care. I fell asleep during part 3 of Gentile Nation, but I'm going to finish it tonight. It was some good stuff. Very thankful for your teachings at Ronnie Man. And there's the hands and the flowers and the smiles from Rachel Van Zyl. Thank you. See? Hand smiles flowers. I'm not kooky. All right, so yeah, cold Mickey D's fries turn into something else. They do, weapons. You can just sharpen them just a smidge at the end. You can put them in a little baby bow and bing! There you go. You got your quiver full of arrows. That's so true, Angela. You guys, we're about to get out of here. We're at 50 minutes of this, talking about this woman who went in there and got her mail checked. Somebody just checked her like the mailman used to on the basketball team. Y'all know who the mailman is? First person to put the name of the cat we used to call the mailman. You're going to get congratulations. You are the first person. Last time I went to McDonald's, there was a guy in the parking lot tripping, throwing drinks. I said, is the food, is the jab, or why is these folks tripping? All of the above. All of the above. Yep. My dad taught us young. That shiny new vehicle loses $3,000 the minute you drive it off. Exactly. And so when you get over there and you buy that food, as soon as you get the receipt for it, you buyer, you better beware. You better beware, because I'm telling you right now, that stuff is garbage and it'll make you mad, especially if you're hungry. If you're hungry, please. Have they started to give away anything free if you take the candy bar? Because I think they're probably going to find no participation if they do, because folks don't want it when they got to pay for it. In Southern California, under Proposition 65, they're required to post on the counter their food contains chemicals known to the state to cause cancer, and people still shovel it in. That's right. They are shoveling it. Look at what he said. He said shoveling it in. He said there people still shovel it in. They're shoveling it in. They're just scooping it without any. I mean, it's like when you think about when you're shoveling or you're in the backyard and you're using the shovel, there's no pause. You got this groove going, and you're just moving the shoulders in. You're going just you're putting it up, pulling it in, you sticking it in the ground, and you stick it on the dirt on the end of the shovel, you throw it over your shoulder. You stick, you gather, you throw it. Stick, gather, throw it. He said there, look at that again. He said that they make them put it on the counter. He said under Proposition 65, they are required to post on their counter that their food contains chemicals known to the state to cause cancer, and people still shovel it in. Man, that's the thing. Man, oh man, Chevis, that's funny. Man, that's funny. Boy, oh boy, that's funny. Y'all are too funny. Thanks, okay? Marcel's goal, to be fair, if I'm down to eat Les McDonalds, I'm probably in the state of mind where the bag isn't off limits. So basically, you'll probably find more nutrients in the box, the biodegradable box and the receipt that they give you that you already know has chemicals in it, because, well, if you hold on to that receipt for a little over a day or two, you'll notice that even the ink begins to run off the paper it's printed on. You're like, I gotta go. I'm starving. I just gotta eat something, baby. Just stay at the house. If you're hungry, stay at the house, go in the bathroom, get you some toilet paper, and go ahead and put it in a plate. Put a little salt and pepper on that toilet paper and begin to eat all the way down to the roll. You be the Yule Gibbons. We're gonna eat this tree right now. This tree is great. Good old grape nuts. We have grape nuts, but now we've got this tree. I'm going to show you how to eat this chair. If anything ever happens to you, you only have the chair or this. McDonald's, I'm going to teach you how to eat the chair. You're giving, he used to do the Grape Nuts commercial. And I'm going to teach you how to eat a chair. No, I'm fine. I've got my McDonald's. Okay, so they take him to the back door and leave and have your best life. Your task is done. These people make her sick. well, let's just update this because I can't take a look at this anymore. How can you be that rich and not put not one drop of moisturizer on your face? How? What is this? No veneers? You got that much? Dude, you could be just walking around here looking like rock quarry. Oh, you don't care? Okay, no problem. I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. You the one. No, not me, you. You don't know what I know. Yes, I do. I know that Enoch says a whole lot about you and your kind. And then the book of Revelation. And I know all about the book of Daniel and the book of Ezekiel. And you're listed in all of them. Yep, I know. Yeah, I do. Yeah, okay. Well, and there's the ring. There's the little circle. How can you have such a disheveled suit and be so wealthy? I mean, it looks like you bought it off the Men's Warehouse rack. I mean, I'm not saying you got to have everything bespoke, but it should be. Handsome woman. You were married to a handsome woman. All right, you guys, I'm going to quit picking on this cat. And we're going to get ready to roll. Get on ready to roll on up out of here. Yes, we are. Yes, we is. Let's see what we got to say before we leave. We'll go ahead and read some more of these comments before we head on out. We got about 4 minutes to get these all down, or to coin a phrase, shovel them in. The bag probably has more nutritional value. Absolutely. Remind me of the time I ate half the wrapper around an In-N-Out burger. Well, let me tell you something, Barstool Go. Those In-N-Out burgers back in the day, I don't know what they taste like now, but man, they was on point. That's hilarious. Who ate through it? Didn't even realize it. It's at night. You just get in the bag and just get down with it. A Little Man on Epstein Island. Tune in tonight as we follow up with Mr. Epstein. What's that you say? He's gone. Of course he's not. He's on the same exact island with everybody else they told you disappeared. Iron Crane says SCDHL. That tissue with those warnings is that issue with the warnings is that, like, being alive increases your risk of getting cancer. Probably most of the things I do, like weightlifting and cycling, increases my odds, you see. So Mars Fool's Gold, Rachel is cracking up laughing at you right there on the screen with all of the crying emojis. Crying face emojis to Mars Fool's Gold. To say the place and plan. To say the place and plan, plain, to say it. That's it. Quill and eat it too. Yep, that's right. Yep. You guys are hilarious. Lifting the fog of propaganda smoke screen. The fog of propaganda smoke screen. Absolutely inspiring. I'm just a human. And I be trying. I live in the middle of nowhere, a 30-minute drive to the closest grocery store, but at least I'm not tempted by fast food. My town only has one stoplight and 0 fast food places. I love it. And you were cooking the other week, and I think we need to come and eat with you. We only got a few more minutes, you guys. We got about 2 more minutes here to hang out. Who's the mailman? Did anybody give me the name of the mailman? Did you? Anybody give me the name of the mailman? Last name starts with an M. Nobody knows who the mailman is? What? Y'all don't know who the mailman is. Who we used to call the mailman? Anybody? Anybody? And nobody knows yet. Okay, well, maybe I haven't just got down to the answers yet because I'm going. Yes, there you go, Nick. Ooh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Nick is the smartest because he's the first. Thank you. There's nothing really monetarily, like extended to you, Nick, except for the fact that I think you're smart and brilliant and we're on the same wavelength, brother. We see each other, Nick Smith. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Happy faces. When the conspiracy became reality, time to question who is in control of the reality that we see on the screen. Who's writing the story is the question. Now, you know what? It's funny because you're right. It's not only who's writing the story, it's whose story are they following. It's like they're telling the story, but they're following the story that's already written, and they're too early on a lot of this stuff. That's the reason why you can't walk around in fear, because most of the stuff they're creating is an illusion. I see a shoveling meme on the horizon. Yes, ma'am. Shovel. Yep. Yep. Hey, David Harris. Morning, all. Morning, all. It's David Harris from Down Under. Yeah. And that's without my cocktail music. I don't have any cocktail music, but I got it, Wait, need coffee. Aw, so good to see you. Rachel Brown, Sarah Brown, I eat almost all of my food home cooked. Simple baked chicken or beef with a salad or rice, but I pass McDonald's every day on my way to work, and it's tempting every time. You know what was tempting for me was their coffee, because I could get a nice cup of coffee for $1. Yep. Full transparency. Well, I was going to cosmetology school right around that 2007, 2008 timeframe when they started cutting all of our jobs and everything happened with the housing and all that stuff. I ended up having to go back to school to retrain myself. And I went to a field that I was already working in, as y'all know, beauty. So I went to school. But for that whole 1 year flat across the street, when I wanted my cup of coffee, I would go and I would get the coffee, and that would be $1. I would bring my food from home, and my little splurge would be that $1 cup of coffee that I would get from over there. Believe it or not, and I don't take any sugar, and I only like cream. But I tell you, I do understand, as all of us do. I think there's at least, even if you're not a real, fast food person, I think everybody can say that at least once in their life, at least once, they've gone to a Mickey D's, and we've seen it change over the years, because back in the day, when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Anyway, had to sing that rap song because I remember it. But back in the day, you could eat McDonald's and you'd be okay. None of this glowing in the dark stuff. None of this. No, we didn't have none of that. All of us can remember. But yeah, that coffee, I had that $1 cup of coffee and brought my little sandwich that I'd make, a little egg sandwich or something home. And I still felt like I was out there because, I was working in executive land and HR. I was like, okay, got to do something to put my hands on some money. Went to school for it, but I lived that whole year and had my coffee from time to time at McDonald's across the street from the school. Everybody's saying, hey, we are coming up on the 1 hour, 2 minute mark, and we are about to say adios. I'm so glad we had this time together. Not just joking. Okay, I remember those commercials for Grape Nuts. I don't even know if they make that cereal anymore. Probably not if it had any nutritional value in it. You can definitely make sure that it's nowhere available. And remember, they used to have another one that I used to like. R. Jones, how are you? I haven't eaten ground anything anywhere in the past several years for this reason. All right? I get meat ground right in front of me and just cooking my own. I love that. That's very smart. I just can't choke down unknown stuff. Smart move. Smart move. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but yes, ma'am. Yule Gibbons. Yeah, you remember Yule. Okay? That guy was a trip. Good old Yule Gibbons. And last night I sent my brother a whole bunch of clips to one of my favorite movies. Listen. Bobby J. Wells, you are wrong for that. Lizards don't use moisturizers. I was saying that last night I sent my brother some clips of one of my favorite shows, and that was Outlaw Josie Wells. I was sending him all kinds of clips last night so that he could see it. But then by the time it got to the part that was my favorite part, I had drifted to sleep. So I had sent him a whole bunch of clips through WhatsApp and couldn't send him the rest because I went to sleep. I woke up with the phone in my hand and the remote in one, and the other hand, my head cocked over to the side. And talking about, oh yeah, Outlaw Josie Wells was on. Yeah. Anyway, just saying, you said just saying what? Just saying because it needs to be said. Lockhart, man, in the Revolutionary War word, real time and going the extra mile for others. Thank you, twos. We love you guys. We really do. Thank you, Felicia, and chat. Always good to see you all. Good to see you too, you guys. Yeah, I want to make sure that everybody is seeing those. I'm gonna make sure that each and every one of y'all get your comments up here so that we can head out. That was right. Carl Malone. Yes, sir. Okay. think we're almost getting to them. Just want to make sure that you guys are all, hey, there's the executive producer. How are you doing? Steve Willis, how's it going? Yes, Anthony Van Zant says, the postman. That's right. That's right. Hey, Steve, Rachel says, everybody is saying, hey, Steve, you are the popular cat on the field. McDonald's coffee tastes the best. What a shame. I know, isn't that sad? I don't know what's in it. Glowworms. You know what I mean? I don't know what's in it, but it does. Grape nuts. You guys remember that. You guys remember that. Yule Gibbons. If you are prepared to endanger your teeth on a hard pile, on a hard pre-half, what does it say? On the hard pre-half hour soak, Post still offers grape nuts. Do they? Wow. Remember that other cereal they used to have? There was one I used to love, and it was called Quaker 100% Natural with dates and raisins, and I think walnuts and almonds. They took that off the market as soon as they saw that it kept you regular. They took it off because they don't want you regular. They want you all backed up full of goo, so that way you can't get rid of anything in your colon, and thereby getting all kinds of disease and everything else. So they took that as probably pushed the grape nuts out of certain communities, because I ain't seen none in a minute. Okay, you loved grape nuts? Yeah, I haven't seen them. But I'm glad that he, but I think Iron Crane, don't you work in the grocery business or something similar to that? I don't know, but if you do, I think that's maybe what he's saying. Listen, you guys, I love each and every one of you guys, and I'm glad that you guys were able to tune in so that we could watch the MACDonalds RestauRANT rave go on today. Again, we're going to show these stories every now and again, you all. As they become available, we're going to show them. Why? Because we know what we're seeing, and we know we're not tripping. Okay, we know we're not tripping, and we know that these things are going to become, like we said, it's going to be a rocky summer. It's going to be a rocky summer. I believe that. So you guys remember to take care of yourselves and take care of one another. And remember what we always say here on this channel, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. Y'all take care of yourselves and take care of one another. Okay, we'll talk soon. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day. Yeah. Everything you need to know that you never knew, that you need to know. Lockhart perspective.
I've always been a unique person, you know what I mean? Sort of laid back in a way, but very adamant and very passionate about what I believe. I think a lot of times that sort of throws people off because they don't expect me to have the mindset or the process of thought that I do. And so when you come in to watch my channel, you may hear a myriad of thoughts and ideas that could be different from others. What I want you to do is just sit back, like, share, and subscribe.
Moved upon the waters, it's all in his word. He said, let there be light, and he called the light day, and the darkness he called night. He saw that it was, he made heaven and called forth the dry land, gathered the waters, called it the seed, and he made seed for man, brought forth the grass and every herb and every fruit yielding tree on this earth. He saw that it was, he made lights to divide day and night times, for seasons, days, and years, to let them be for signs, and so the earth could have light. He made the greater one to rule the day, and the lesser one to rule the night. Let's not forget he made the stars also. Then he told the waters to bring forth life, and it was so. He created all the birds of the sky, all the cattle, and every creeping thing after his own kind. He saw that it was. Then Yah created man. In his own image, he created them. Male and female, he created them. He blessed them to be fruitful and to multiply and to replenish the earth and subdue everything within. Nah, behold, it was very good when he saw what he had made. Even in the morning were the sixth day. And on the seventh day he rested. That's why he sanctified and blessed it. It's uncontested. My Yah is, and to make it understood, I'm bumping truth music when I'm rolling through my hood. I'm putting Yah first, no hood fame. You read it on a nameplate. Dwell in the house of Yahweh forever for his name's sake. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'm stomping through like it don't even exist. His goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. His yoke is easy and his burden is light. My Yah is. And to make it understood, I'm fucking music when I'm rolling through my hood. Yeah, I was. And to make it understood, I'm fucking music when I'm rolling through my hood.
Lockhart perspective.